Sure, sure.
Even I will also record the session. Yeah, so today we'll talk about project. Okay, project.
Okay.
So what is a project? Definition of a project. Who involves in a project? Huh?
Mhm.
And what happens inside a project? We'll see today. It's a theory. Okay, project topic. So here is a standard definition for a project. You can see here. More specifically, what is a project? It's a temporary group activity designed to produce a unique product, service, or result. Okay, so this is a standard definition you have to remember all the time. They will ask in interview, what is a project? So it's a temporary group activity designed to produce a unique product, service, or result. Let's see why they are calling it as temporary. A project is temporary in that it has a defined beginning and end in time. When I talk about a project, it is not only IT project, it is not only the project which runs on a computer. A project can be anything like designing a cell phone or constructing an apartment, okay? Manufacturing a car. Any task comes under a project. Every project is temporary. I mean, it will have some start time and end time. Am I right? It has
Yeah.
some start time and end time. Someday it has to start and someday it has to end.
Mm.
So it's a beginning and end in time, and therefore define scope and resources based on the time.
Mm.
The weightage of the work. I mean, they will decide, okay, how much weightage, well, whether we can do this project within the time or not, and resources to do this project within the time. How many people are needed? How much technology is needed? How much hardware is needed? How much software is needed? Okay, yeah, this comes under resources. So that's why we call it as temporary. And unique. Unique means not every project looks the same, correct?
Right.
Project to project, it differs, of course. If you take an example of a cell phone only, in a brand you may have many cell phones, many models. Like iPhone, you have 4s, 5, 5s, 6, 6s, like this. Not all that looks same, like unique. Okay, and a project is unique. That is not a routine operation. What is the difference between operation and a project? Operation is something like every day we do it repeatedly, again and again, the same thing. Operation. Wherein project is something like if you do today something, tomorrow you don't do it again. Correct? I mean, you do something. I mean, today if you do ABC, tomorrow you do DEF. Correct? So it's a continuous
Mm.
improvement.
Yeah.
You try to finish the task. Yeah. Next. So a project team often includes people who don't usually work together. Okay.
Mm.
So generally you see like people say, I am working from offshore, I am working from on site. Correct? For the same project, let's say, uh, let's assume that we are designing online banking application. I am working from India for the same project. You are working from Pennsylvania, and Pooja is working from, let's say, from some other place, maybe from Mumbai. Okay, or maybe from some other place. So why like that? I mean, why people work from different locations? Or I can say that myself and Pooja is working from India, and you are working from US for the same project. Now you are working on site, we are working offshore. Okay, so for the same
Right.
project. Why like that? Why? Because there are many reasons behind it. The main reason is when I talk about a project, it must run, it must work 24/7. I mean, the billing happens 20 hours, 18 hours, 24 hours per day. For example, if you say
Mm.
the project is duration is 12 months or 1 year, something like that. 1 year means it doesn't mean daily 8 hours. Understand? 1 year means
Mm.
12 months. 12 months means like every day we count. Okay, like 24 hours, 20 hours, the billing happens. So people work from different locations so that, based on the timelines, EST, PST, IST, right? So it's a continuous work. In India, what I do from India, I do something and I hand over it to you. Now you look into that. You do the remaining thing, and you just next day I will continue that. Okay, in that way it goes. And second important point is one person. I mean, the on-site team must be at client side. Okay, at client side, so that whatever the
Yeah.
design we are doing, let's say I have done something, I have forwarded to you, and you do the remaining task and you show it to your client. I mean, you show it to the client because you work on the client timeline, right? So you have to show them.
So each one different task.
Yeah, the same project. When I say project, like continuous, right? So today, this if you take an example of First American Corporation, let's say I have
Mm,
worked um, on that search bar. We have property. Okay, I worked on property, and you work on APN. Okay, and then next day I work on something, and the other day you work on the same thing or some other requirement. You got it? So we try to finish in
yeah.
that way. We try to finish in that way, one by one. Okay. So that's what is a
Okay.
project team often includes people who don't usually work together, because tomorrow once you join in a project, you may see people work from
Mm,
offshore also. You have to talk to them, and offshore team will report you something like that. So it happens in that way.
mm,
And sometimes from different organizations and across multiple geographies, right? What do you mean by that? We in the sense the IT company, I mean to say the project we outsource it to different companies.
mm.
Okay,
That's right.
like in a project we have development, designing, testing. Let's say the testing job we are outsourcing it to some testing company like Value Labs. Like a small example, you go to a doctor, you visit a doctor. Doctor will ask you to undergo some diagnosis. So you go to a lab, right? A diagnosis center. That is a different unit.
Right.
Hospital is a different unit, and the diagnosis center is a different unit. Yeah? Got my point? What I'm saying.
Yeah.
In some hospitals, right? Only you visit a physician and then he asks you to undergo some CT scan, CAT scan. Again, you go to a hospital where you find a lab. So outsourcing the work sometimes it happens, and that
Mm,
that companies can be from any place. Now you are working from US, and the testing job or a programming job you outsource it to India to TCS or Infosys. Okay,
mm,
yeah, like that. So let's say you're working with Bank of America, and you're designing a project, and the testing work you hand over it to Value Labs, which is in India, or the development you have hand over it to Infosys, programming. Okay, something like that.
mm.
Understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes from different organizations and across multiple geographies. And these companies can be from anywhere across the globe. That can be from China or Singapore or India or Dubai. It depends. Right.
Mm,
The development of software for an improved business process, the construction of a building or a bridge, the relief effect after natural disaster, the expansion of sales. What are all these? These all are projects actually. Okay,
mm.
we all consider as project. However, whatever the project is, it must done on in time within the budget, and all must be expertly managed to deliver the on time, on budget results, learning and integration the organizations need. Okay, right. And next is project management. Are you following me, Siva?
Yeah.
Because the second
Yeah.
line, when I say sometimes from different organizations, so sometimes you need to communicate with other company people. Like now, as I said, you are working under payroll of Bank of America, and you have to, as a BA, you have to explain those requirements to your technical team. Maybe that can be Infosys in India. Okay, so
Yeah.
you must know why I am talking to these people. Who are these people? Right? Yes.
Mm,
Coming to project management then is the application of knowledge, skills, and techniques to execute projects effectively and efficiently. Yeah, whichever the project
mm,
you design, okay, whichever the project you design, the project must design in an effective and efficient way. It's a strategic competency for organizations, enabling them to tie project results, business goals, and thus better compete in their markets. Okay, so whichever the project you design, that should give a tough competition in the market.
yeah.
Like, like Apple. gave a tough competition to Nokia and BlackBerry, right? Samsung.
mm,
Samsung gave a tough competition to Nokia and BlackBerry. So that's why this
so,
BlackBerry
mm,
and Nokia, they just shut down their status. Nokia is bought by, now Microsoft has hand over Nokia, and BlackBerry got sold out to some other company. Okay, why? Because they are not up to the mark. They haven't. I mean, they haven't introduced any new models. Correct. So wherein this iPhone
mm,
captured the mobile industry, mobile market. So like that. So whichever the project you design, that should give a tough competition in the market. That should be the best project. Okay. So okay, how to do that? Okay, see, there are many projects. We generally see like some people say this project is fail. This
mm,
product is failed. Correct. This product fails. Some projects are successful. Correct.
mm,
So to design an effective project, we need a effective project manager, effective and efficient project manager at first, and also the requirements also. So let's say it has always been practiced informally, but began to emerge as a distinct profession mid 20th century. What? Project management. In earlier days, there was no project manager or project management. Someone from a team, from IT team, a programmer or a senior developer, they used to communicate with the client and take care of the requirements and all those. So the impact was what happened, lack of proper skills, lack of proper cost management, risk management, time management, okay, quality management, manpower management, okay. So many projects got failed. So that's why PMI, Project Management Institute, okay, they have introduced a course known as PMP, that is Project Management Professional, okay, and
mm,
they have introduced a book known as PMBOK, Project Management Body of Knowledge. So this project management body of knowledge, and also PMP is a certification, project management certification for project manager. They have introduced this, and this project management body of knowledge has these knowledge areas and five groups. Okay, so which I have highlighted. What I'm trying to say here is, we are trying to understand what exactly project management is and who exactly project manager is, so that tomorrow once you join on a project, okay, first thing is you must know what is a project, what happens inside a project, and also you must have a very good idea what exactly project manager skills are. Okay, so that you can make a good communication. What I'm trying to say is, as a business analyst, you have to communicate with your project manager, and you have to work with your project manager hand in hand, and there must be a bridge communication between your thought process and your management thought process.
mm,
So okay, so in that case you must know what exactly project manager is and what
mm,
exactly he do. Am I right? Yeah.
right.
So that's why we are undergoing this project management topic here. Project management process fall into five groups, like initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. And project management knowledge draws on 10 areas: integration management, scope management, time management, cost management, quality management, procurement management, human resources management, communications management, and risk management and stakeholder management. Okay, right.
Okay.
So let's see one by one. At first, initiation stage. At the time of initiating, what project manager do is, project manager interact with the client, understand the scope of the project, and also discuss cost and time. That is what is here. We can see scope management, time management, and cost management. Okay. So scope management means like, okay, how much work is there? What is the weight of the work? And time is, okay, within how much time we need to deliver the project. And the cost, how much cost you are going to give. Okay, that all we discuss in the initiation stage.
Initiation. Okay.
Yeah. And then planning. Based on the scope, time, and cost, what project manager do? We plan like, how many people are needed, how much technology is needed to design this task, right? So
Mm,
here comes the procurement management and human resources management. Procurement is like hiring technology, software, hardwares, okay, and all this, right? And WBS means work breakdown structure. So once people are hired,
mm,
once the technology is hired, project manager will do the work breakdown structure. Okay, like hey, business analyst 3 months. Okay, you have a task. Designer 3 months, developer 3 months, like that. And then executing. At the time of executing, project manager.
mm.
At the time of execution, project manager uh, uh, communicate with the client, with the team, and here comes the communications management and risk management occurs. At the time of execution, project manager stand like a backbone to the complete project team and make the project to move forward without any breakdowns, without any jerks or without any breakdowns. So here
So
comes the risk
that way the
management.
project. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Like project manager, so is involved right from beginning till the
Yes,
ending.
yes, yes. He is the one who
Oh,
do all this. So he has to plan, he has to interact with the team, he has to hire people, hire technology, he has to decide the time and cost. Okay, he has to. He's a responsible person for the complete project. He has to stand like a backbone to the complete team and make the project to move forward without any breakdowns. As I said, any type of risk, this fellow have to take place. I mean, handle. He has to handle the
mm,
situation. That is what is
mm.
communications management, risk management, and stakeholder management occurs here. And then
Okay.
monitoring and controlling is where the quality management occurs and closing the project. Yes. So like this, we have 5 groups and 10 knowledge areas. Okay, where exactly project manager have to involve. Did you see anything like requirement management here? No.
No, maybe the initiating is.
Requirement management is done by
Yeah.
business analyst. Okay, yeah, business analyst will do the requirement management because he is responsible or she is responsible for that particular task. Now all
Oh,
management is concerned with us these, of course, but project management brings a unique focus shaped by goals, resources, and schedule of each
like
project. Hmm.
no, like a quick question because after this initiating, then BA comes into picture by doing requirements gathering.
Yes, exactly. After the initiation, at the time of planning stage, project manager hire people. That is human resources. So here comes the business analyst.
Oh,
Okay, business analysts,
okay.
developers, designers, testers, everyone comes here. Sometimes, what happens, let's say you're working in a company as a business analyst and you have done with the project and you are supposed to move on the next project, okay? So you will be already on the bench, correct? I mean, you're ready for a project, you're looking for another project.
Okay.
So if the situation, you
Mm-hmm.
can work with the project manager, you can sit and work with the project manager. You can interact with the client in the initiation stage also because you are already hired, right? You are already on a project, correct? I mean, you are already in the company. So sometimes you can help your manager just by in the initially you can interact with the client. Okay, not in the cost management, but you can help in the scope management. Okay, so that you can tell to the client, to tell to the manager that okay, yeah, this project may take this much of time, something like that. Okay, time management you
Okay.
can do, but not the cost management and other things, right? Next. Okay, so all management is concerned with this, of course, but project management brings a unique focus shaped by goals, resources, and yeah, it's the value of that focus is proved by the rapid worldwide growth of the project management. It's a successful model. And next year, project plan is done by project manager, project management is done by project manager, business analysis is done by business analyst, right? Designing is done by designers. Implementation means programmers and testers. Deployment, that is, deployment means we move the project from one environment to the other. I mean, once the development is done, we move it to testing. We, in the sense, the IT team, okay, the administration team or whomever it is, they move to testing, from testing to client. Okay, we deploy, we move. Next, project types. Here we have different project types, like you can see system application, software projects, development projects, infrastructure projects, okay, non-IT projects. Let's see what are these. In the beginning, I told you, right? System applications which runs on a computer, correct? Development projects are like some web pages, web portals. Infrastructure projects is out of the box. That's what I said. Project doesn't mean only IT, right? So constructing an apartment or building a bridge. Okay, this all comes under projects. Example. Yeah. So IT company
Like
designs.
non-IT means
Non-IT means banks, insurance companies,
okay.
Walmart. Yeah.
It can be manufacturing anything.
Manufacturing, anything. Yeah, right. IT company designs, non-IT company project. Yes. So nowadays, if you see, every industry they have their own IT. But what about in the beginning? Like in earlier days, we used to have only some service companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, IBM, Accenture, Deloitte, like not many. But now most of the companies they started their own IT, like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Walmart, Mercedes, whatnot. I don't think Mercedes have their IT. They depend on others. I'm talking about banks and insurance companies. Okay, where they are developing their own applications nowadays. So basically, IT company designs, non-IT company projects. Correct? Technical projects. Right. Project members involved in your company. Okay, your team. I mean to say your team. First, project manager. Then you are here, business analyst. Then systems analyst. Then designer who designed the application, the graphical user interface designer. Then programmer who write a code, and then testers who test the application, and a deployment team who move the project from one environment to other, and delivery manager and support team. Yeah, support team is like once you release the project to the client, if client has any issues, this support team will take care of. Okay. Yeah. Mm. And delivery manager could deliver the project. Okay. Project team members from client side. You can see here. From client side, okay. Stakeholders. Who do you mean by stakeholder? A person who involved in a project, a person who interact with in a project, okay. Uh, you know, whomever they use the application end of the day is a stakeholder. Like there are two types of stakeholders here, in internal and external means. See, you are working on a project, you are a business analyst or you are a developer, you are a stakeholder because you are designing the project, you have right on that. And once you develop it, once you release it to the client, now client will become a stakeholder. And if the client is selling the product in the market, okay, then the customer will become the stakeholder. Whomever they hold the stake, whomever they have stake, we call them as stakeholders. Understand?
Can you, no, always I had this doubt about stakeholders. Can you tell little more in detail? No, for this application that you told yesterday, who were the stakeholders?
People who design the application is a stakeholder. First one, we call them as internal stakeholders.
Okay.
People who use the application end of the day, they are also stakeholders, means customers. Okay, yesterday we discussed about First
Oh,
American Corporation in the data tree. So while we are designing data tree application, we are stakeholders, developers, designers, business analysts, IT team,
okay.
because we worked on it and we used it. I mean, we know. What is that? We are stakeholders. What after that? What we did? We send it to First American company, right? The First
Mm.
American company people like employees of the First American or the management, they will look into that. They are stakeholders. Then they have posted on their web page, correct? And whomever they want to search for a property, they are stakeholders. End of the day, that means customers, correct?
Mm.
So what I'm trying to say is, whomever they manufacture the product, okay, who has right on the project, on the application, and who use the application, all are stakeholders only.
Oh,
Understand? All are stakeholders only.
oh, okay.
Right. So here in this case, from the client side means whenever you design an application and when you send it to client, maybe the application is used by the client or client side people, whomever it is, they are all stakeholders. Okay.
Mm.
Like we designed a cell phone and hand over it to Apple company, let's assume. Okay. So the Apple people will use it, they are stakeholders and they sell in the market. Whomever they buy the cell phone, they are stakeholders, correct? Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Then project sponsors who spend money on the project. Okay. Who spend money on a project sponsors. I mean, the client side, someone from a client side, maybe head of the department or a financial manager, someone. Project product SMEs, subject matter experts. Okay. Project product SMEs, from whom you get the requirement. Then technical subject matter experts. Okay. From whom you get the technical and project delivery team. This delivery team will interact with the IT team and discuss regarding the project deliverables, cost, and all this. Okay. Right. These all are from client side. Are you following, Miss Yola?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Project.
And you can see the same story again. Project manager who prepare project plan. I'll tell you what is project chatter later in the next class.
Mm.
I mean, when we talk about kickoff meeting, he do the project plan. He initiate the project communicator with clients, and what BA do, business analyst and systems analyst and data analyst. They gather requirements. They document the requirements. Okay, and designers, graphical user interface designers, web page designers, then implementation where programmers they write code already, I told you, then testers who test the application, and deployment team installing and maintenance support. Okay, right.
Mm.
I mean, we'll discuss in detail in further sessions when we talk about software development life cycle. You will understand all this in detail. Okay, so this is just an idea, like just high levelly, what is project, what happens inside. Just try to understand the things. Look at this business analyst hierarchy. Uh, who can become a business analyst? An industry domain expert, like a person who have knowledge on any domain, like a medical rep or a pharmacist or uh, a person who worked as a financial analyst or accounts analyst or a person who work in a sales I mean sorry store, retail store, like a supervisor. Okay, maybe that fellow will have a very good understanding about retail, right? A bank manager, anyone who has domain knowledge in any industry, they can undergo the BE training. And fresh MBAs, any graduate, not only MBAs, but any graduates, freshers, they can also undergo BA training and get a job. Or people you're working as a developer or a tester in any IT company, also you can, or you're from any industry. That's not like only IT. I mean, if you are working as in IT industry like a programmer or a tester, you want to move to BA side, yes, you can, because already you have some IT knowledge, right? So that help you. That's it. So anyone can do this job, okay, with any background. And once you become business analyst, you can become a senior lead business analyst, and from there you can become a project manager, program manager, PMO in that way, vice president, and all this. Or else you can work like a SME. You can work like a SME. Okay,
Mm.
if you don't want to work in IT industry, you can work like SME with the client. Like SME is the one who give requirement to you, right? Yeah, and then if you are really interested in marketing, I mean sales and all this, if you are really interested in traveling and all this. You can also work like a sales business development manager. That means every IT service company will have a sales development manager, management team. Okay, what they do, these people will travel across the globe and try to bring projects across the world, and they try to bring projects to IT companies like TCS, Infosys, IBM. They will have so many business development management team managers. What is their role? The teams will go and interact with many companies. They go to Germany, they go to US, they go to UK, they go to Australia. They interact with many clients, okay, and try to bring projects for this IT company. It depends. I mean, you can go in either. You can work in this way or that way. Once you become a BA, you have many. Okay, right. At the same time, the same story, a different color. That's it. Same industry domain experts, MBS developers. And at the end of the day, as a business analyst, it depends upon the project. You have to communicate with different people. Like, of course, you communicate with your testers, you communicate with your SME, communicate with your project manager, correct? Because you are the one who has to explain the requirements to technical team. In some companies, you have to communicate with vendors, database people, like different people in a project. It depends. It's not like not in all the projects. It depends. Okay. Yeah. Any doubts here, Sheila?
No, nothing else.
That's it. So we are done with this topic, and just go through the recording. And tomorrow, what we do is we'll jump into the use case document, use case diagrams, and okay, and then we'll jump into requirement gathering. And one more thing, if you have any requirement in your hand, or you want me to explain that also, I can do that. You understand what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, if you have any job requirement in your hand, and if someone is asking you, I mean, anything is something like that, you just send that requirement to me. I will explain you that requirement. Okay. Hmm? Fine.
okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.